All right, I slept really late this morning. I actually slept here last night. It's about 10 o'clock. I slept till 10, which is ridiculously late for me. I went to bed about 7:30 last night, ridiculously early. So I slept a lot last night, just wiped out. Yesterday was the little Starseed Dark Energy Clearing webinar, or Zoom that I had, Zoom little thing. It's about 130 people on it. We were muted the whole time, so I didn't say anything, get to say anything, which is fine, which is really good, honestly, really good. And Steve Noble was awesome. I really like that guy. And I understood every single thing he was saying. He talked at one point about energies, how you can make a whole room pretty much turn and look your way, or how you can be invisible in a room. I was like, I get that. I actually talked about that in another video when I was riding the vending truck with my nephew. And I say, if my nephew's not willing to learn how easy it is to make someone turn and look your way using these energy, he's not interested in any of this. So I totally get what he's saying. And some of the things he did, he mixed a little bit of, honestly, what is a magical style of practice with his meditation stuff. So I get what he was doing. And mostly what this whole thing is, apparently, with meditation, these star seeds, is pretty much getting rid of internal darkness. Bad experiences from the past, bad memories from the past, how to expunge them, deal with it, how to work through it, that kind of thing. So that's pretty much what all this meditation is to get rid of a lot of these dark energies, or at least this class was. It was on getting rid of, clearing dark energies kind of thing. But it was all internal and personal energies. I did this a long time ago, honestly. Just being honest here. Everything he was talking about and did, I did this a long time ago. There's still a few lingering little this, little that. Like from my first depression, number one, talking about religion, organized religion, how I don't agree with it. And when that pastor told me I'm the thing that's wrong with the world, I felt that a little bit. But it's like, I dealt with that a long time ago. I guess because I'm older. I'm old. I dealt with all this. I've dealt with it. I've walked in the dark. I mentioned I've dealt with the dark for a very long time. It's all this kind of stuff. But that's not the type of dark entities I deal with. Aren't internalized. Mine are external. They come from somewhere else. They're not mine. And I was hoping to understand and help with this a little bit. But everything, this clearing dark energies, meditation, all this was about clearing darkness from within. My darkness is coming from other sources, from without. And I don't know. I want to give an example of this because it happened after the Starseed Zoom meeting, right after. I kind of was attacked by one of these dark entities within 5 minutes of that Zoom meeting closing out. I was able to, my wife came in before it was finally, the Zoom was finally ended. She could look at my tablet, see what Steve Noble looked like and all this. And it was nice. It was all good. And it was funny. The background green here, it's the same color he has for his background. That's real funny. It's like, that's funny. Same color paint. It's funny. But anyway, so it's all good. But 5 minutes later, me and my wife were supposed to go out eat with friends, all you can eat shrimp kind of thing. I love shrimp, and go out to eat. So we're needing to get ready and leave right then to meet them because it's about 45-minute drive to go where we're going to go. It's pretty far out there. And she says, well, that I need to go pick up a rug from this friend that we're going out with. So as we're going to her house to meet her, pick up a rug from her, take it to this other friend's house, and drop it off because he's moving. And I'm like, why do it now when he's moving in a week or two? Why not just take it straight from her house to his brand new house instead of taking it from her house to the old house, then from the old house to the new house, an extra trip. And it just didn't go out that way. So if I wanted to say no, but if I say no, these are the same friends that we're going to out with that want the rug gone and the rug moved to another friend that we're going out to eat dinner with. So if I say no, then I'm telling these friends we're going out to eat dinner with no. And all this kind of hit up. So eventually what happened is what they all wanted was for me to move the rug. And by doing that, I can't go out to eat. I have to do this task and they all go out to eat. And that's what happened. And That made me a little angry, honestly, just because same thing happened last week with her vacation, paid for a vacation. I can't go. So she goes with these same friends out there. And every time we go to the Pink House, it's the same thing. She's going out, and which doesn't bother me, really. I'm glad she is, that she's got friends going out. Honestly, I'm glad with that. But what happened is, it shouldn't have affected me that way. I shouldn't have felt that way at all. It was angry, and I shouldn't have been angry. And that's not normal for me to do that. After she left, I just came in the back door and was just sitting on ice chest looking out. And something I noticed right here on my hand, you see a Band-Aid right there? Right about here on my wrist, there was a cut. I guess I hit the tailgate of my truck with it or something. It got cut, but it was a slash and a gouge. It was bleeding and getting on my shirt and bleeding. And as I'm looking at it, the blood just goes bright red. Literally, my real eyes are seeing this, not imaginary or anything else, or visualizing it different. It goes like bright red, beautiful. And these thoughts in my head, this was actually in my head. That is beautiful. That is such a beautiful color red. That is a beautiful red. Don't you want to see more? If you just slash your wrist, you would see more. And let it drip out and drain, and you just go to sleep. And it was such a beautiful color as you're going to sleep. To see such this beautiful color, is that as you're going to sleep, but I have nice dreams. That was going through my head, and that is dangerous. That is one of those dark entities. And as that's happening at the end, I kind of, it took a few minutes to realize what was going on, honestly, because it was so slow. It was a slow build up to this. It was really slow. Got to say on that dark entities part, nice job. It was really subtle, really good. It's a good attack. And this is not normal for my brain at all to be thinking like this. I went through 2 suicidal depressions, but once the second one's over, no more. And that was going through my head? That is completely off. Completely off. No reason for it to be there. And I recognized that. I was like, wait a minute. What is going on? That is not right. After sitting there for a few minutes, I was like, this isn't right. This isn't me. This is something else. And once I recognized that it was something else, it switched. It switched tactics to, oh yeah, she was the only thing that made you feel not alone. Now you're alone. She's like this. And all this aloneness feeling started pouring in. And it's like, so it was a fight against that dark entity. And once I recognized it, that's what was happening, I could fight against it, and I was, and start showing love, and because hope, that it is part of the one source. It really is. All these dark entities are part of the one source. They all are. Eventually, it's all going to go back to that because there's no choice. They have to. There is no choice. Organized religion think there's a battle between God and Satan. Oh, get over it, people. Get over it. Just get over it. There is no battle. There never will be. Trying to go against the one source? Oh, please. Not even a splinter of a thought that would be close. Please get over it. Whew. Anyway, that dark entity, making sure he knows, that entity has to know the truth of things. That entity has to know the truth of things. That's what's going to happen in the end. There is no point in fighting against this because it will go back to the source eventually. There's no choice, and that love is still going to be there. That joy and love is never going to end. And trying to let this dark entity feel out, it started backing away, and I tried grabbing it with this other part of me that I'm not allowed to talk about. Grab it and hang on to it, and I did. I grabbed it and hanged on to it. The problem is it was slippery. It was really slippery. It was good. So it slid away. It got hurt and damaged and reduced in strength a whole lot, but it slipped away. So, point here, people. If I mentioned another video on the choice, send all that dark stuff to me. If somebody out there sent this to me, perfect, great, good. I recognized it, and it's weakened. It's weakened really bad. So if it comes back to you, realize that it's weakened. And it comes back to you, fight it and destroy it. This isn't one of those lost souls. This is one of those dark entities wanting you to do this. So it is weakened, and you can beat it. is tuned to you, really. So if it comes back to you, destroy it. Just destroy it and smile doing it. Yeah, well, that was an interesting thing. One thing I did, uh, one thing I really liked about Steve Noble's webinar. So they said there, be weird. Just go ahead and be your weird self. So I'm being my weird self here, people. I did like that, and I got that out of it, and that was a real positive thing. Just be your own weird self and let it go. So I am letting it go. But as far as learning anything new, no. All this webinar stuff I did a long time ago. These things I fight, these dark entities and that I see and everything, these are external. This isn't my external darkness. These are external things that I see. And they do have an effect. They can have an effect on the physical world around me, and I've seen it. Things happen and move and shift, and I've seen that happen. So these are the things that I deal with, and what he's trying to do to get rid of them and everything else, that's all internal stuff. And I can't go into the way I fight or any of that. I'm not allowed, apparently. So the webinar's good. I had to sleep here last night because I'm exhausted. I don't know if it's just the webinar dealing with stuff like that or if it was this fight, but I slept more than 12 hours, and that's really unusual for me. Also, I'm going down to the river, and I am going to be there for a few days, a few more days, maybe even a week. I'm going to be there for a while. I've got some work I want to do and need to do, and ground a little bit. But that dark entity that came at me, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was draw number 4. When I'm talking about fighting things like that, that's what I consider a draw. It slipped away. It got away. It slipped away. And that was draw number 4. A tie is what I would call it.